Hello everyone, so welcome to my new video. So in this video we are going to discuss about the reduce function in arrays. Okay, so let's get started. So let's define an object. Let's say I'm defining an object books, which basically is an array with a list of objects. Okay, so I have two properties, like I'm saying this is book 1, and let's say this price for this is, let's say, 30 bucks. Okay, so similarly I have a few more books here. Let's say I'm defining this as book 2, this is book 3, this is book 4, and the price for this is 40, this is 100, and this is 75. Okay, so if you want to loop through this specific array and then get a sum of all the prices. Okay, that's how we can do this. So basically I want to loop through this array and then go through each books, get the price of each book, and then add it. So I'm expecting a result of 30 plus 40 plus 100 plus 75. So if you want to do it like this, so of course we can go with a for loop, as for where book of books, and of course I can do it like this. So let's define a sum here, sum is equal to 0, I'm defining it here, and of course sum plus equal to book dot price. If I do it like this, and then let me put a console.log of sum. If you put it like this, where book of books, let me see what is error here. Oh, so this is defined as a string. It should be a number, sorry. It should be 40, this should be 100, and this should be 75. So what you see is you get 245, which is 30, 40 plus 100 plus 75. So this is one way of doing it. So similarly, there is another way of doing it. For example, you can just do it using it's a for each, right? So you take the books, and then for each of the elements, I take each of the elements inside this. Each element will be as an item, take it, right? And then sum plus equal to item dot price. So if you do it like this is going to give me the same result. So nothing but it's just iterating through each of the objects inside the array and then getting the price and then adding it to the sum. This is second way of doing it. So let's go into the reduce. So using the reduce method, we can achieve the same. So let's see how we can do it. So in that case, we don't want to set this variable like the sum and all. So let's see how we can do it for this. How we can do it using the reduce. Okay. So I'm defining, let's say, the const sum equal to, I get the array first, dot reduce. Okay, there is a function for it. So reduce will take two parameters. Okay, let me see. Okay, reduce will take two parameters. One is, let's say, the current value. Okay, we'll come to this shortly. So just assume that the first parameter is current value, and the second is always the item. So each item. Okay, and the last one that we put here is nothing but where do you want to start. So basically I want to start from 0th index, so I'm saying it's a start from 0. Okay, so now coming to this current value, what this current value returns is, so this will always be stored the value of the last iteration. So basically when you start iterating through this array, the current value will be 0. Okay, so let's say you start iterating, you go through the first object, you get the price of, let me return this, return item dot price. Okay, So whatever is returned in the last iteration, that will be stored into the current value. Okay, so in the after the first iteration, what happens is it goes through the book one, and this price 30 will be stored, and the 30 will be stored inside the current value. Okay, after the second object is iterated, so the 40 will be stored inside the current value. Okay, not the current, not the 40, but basically whatever is returned. So basically the I'm returning item.price. So basically on each iteration, the item.price will be returned, so that will be stored in the current value. Okay, so I have already printed a console.log. So if you see, so basically 75 is printed here because I'm just returning the I mean it will return for each iteration, it will return like price equal to 30, 40, 100 and 75. So final object has the value is 75, so that's why sum will be stored as 75 and then that will be printed. Okay, so let's say if you want to, as I said, so the current value will have the value which is returned in the last iteration. So if you want to get a sum of this some of the values of all the books prices, right, you can do it like this. So basically what happens here is, so the first iteration of after the first object is iterated, so it will take the value 30 and store this 30. So item.price is returns 30 plus current value is 0 in the first iteration, so it returns 30. Okay, so 30 will be stored inside the current value. So it takes the second item, it in the second when the second iteration happens, so item.price returns 40 plus current value will have already the 30 that we have, which is returned in the first iteration. So the value becomes 40 plus 30 which is returned, which is 70. So the current value will have the 70. Okay, so in the next iteration the item.price will be 100 plus current value is 70, so 100 plus 70, 170. So 170 will be stored inside the current value, and then last what it does is, so 170 will be stored inside this and the price is 75. So 170 plus 75 which gives me 245. So this is how the reduce function works in an array. Okay, so of course we can go with the for loop. That's as I showed you before, for loop or for each. You can do it like that as well, but that requires you to like define a sum equal to 0. Then you have to store that data into the sum and then manually, and then you have to keep adding to the sum. But here it's pretty simple. You don't have to define an extra variable or anything. So it has a property, the parameter current value, which actually stores the value which is returned in the previous iteration. So that's how it works. So I hope you got the concept of how to use the reduce function. If you did, please like this video and share this video with your friends, and do subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so that any video that I upload in the future will come to you as a notification. Okay, thanks for watching and see you in the next video.